Marvel's three-phase Infinity Saga has come to a close with the epic events of Avengers Endgame. So we're going to break down the biggest moments from the end of the film and explain where each character goes from here. Needless to say, full spoilers ahead! Let's pick up from the moment where Hulk snaps the Vanished back to life, which leads to past Thanos attacking the Avengers. A lot goes down during this fight, but one of the most significant moments is Captain America finally lifting Thor's hammer. He could barely make it budge in Age of Ultron, so what changed? The going theory is that Cap could not lift the hammer then because he was still holding on to the secret that Bucky killed Tony's parents. But with Cap confessing in Civil War, he's now worthy to pick it up. The battle finally ends when Iron Man executes his own snap to dust Thanos and his forces. Unfortunately, using the stones takes a heavy toll, and Tony Stark dies from his wounds. Later, at Tony's funeral, we see all of the heroes and everyone important to Tony's life in attendance, including Harley Keener, the little boy from Iron Man 3, now a teenager. Tony is survived by young Morgan Stark, who certainly has inherited her father's penchant for snarky comebacks and bucking authority. There's a Morgan Stark in the comics, but it's an adult man. Tony's jealous cousin, hell-bent on stealing the family company out from under him. Suffice to say, it looks like the MCU's Morgan Stark will chart her own path, and who knows, maybe one day wear the armor like her dear old dad. As for Thor, he names Valkyrie the ruler of New Asgard on Earth and joins the crew of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Thor jokingly calls the team the Asgardians of the Galaxy, but that's actually the title of a real comic book. It has a completely different cast, but it also follows a group of space-faring Marvel characters. It wouldn't surprise us to see Chris Hemsworth continue to play Thor as a main character in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We glimpse Peter Quill scanning for what appears to be the 2014 version of Gamora. It looks like the Gamora killed by Thanos in exchange for the Soul Stone is truly gone, just like Black Widow. As the Hulk explained, apparently not even the Infinity Gauntlet can bring back someone who died in that way. Perhaps Guardians 3 will feature a quest to track down this past version of Gamora. As we all remember, Captain America, the first Avenger, ended with Steve telling Peggy Carter,
"You're gonna need a rain check on that dance."
Now, after all these years, Steve is finally able to make good on his promise by going back in time to live out his life naturally with Peggy. Yes, this whole timey-wimey nature of the plot makes this hard to comprehend, but the end result is that Steve is alive in the present as a senior citizen, fully content with having lived a long life with Peggy. Except probably for the 2 weeks he had to sleep on the couch after offhandedly mentioning he made out with her great niece. Ooh, drama. Steve will probably be out of the MCU picture for the foreseeable future, but it's worth pointing out that in the comics he was once drained of the super soldier serum, became an old man, and still stuck around as the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. He even became Captain America once more when he was rejuvenated with the Cosmic Cube. So there's a precedent for how Steve could return to youthful active duty somewhere down the line. Steve's final gesture is to hand over the shield to his winged crime-fighting partner, Sam Wilson, who has also taken up the mantle of Captain America in the comics. Bucky served as Captain America for a time in the comics as well, but it's clear he approves of the shield going to Falcon in the movie. The new Disney Plus streaming service will feature a show called Falcon and Winter Soldier, so perhaps the story will see them both trying to continue the legacy of Captain America. That way, we could get a chance to see them both wield the shield over the course of the series. Speaking of Disney Plus, Hawkeye's adventures will also continue in a new show. Now that he's got his family back, he'll be passing on the ways of the bow to a new Hawkeye named Kate Bishop. And even though we didn't see Vision reappear in Endgame, he'll be starring in yet another Disney Plus show alongside Wanda Maximoff called WandaVision. As we saw in Infinity War, it looked as though Shuri all but completed the download of Vision's mind, so it is possible Vision will be rebuilt at the start of the new show. But there's more. Another Disney Plus show will feature Loki. All signs point to Loki still being dead in the main timeline, but the botched Tesseract heist did allow that past version of Loki to escape. Could that mean Loki is still alive out there? It's possible his series could show where he made off to. Now, there's not a Disney Plus show or movie announced for the Young Avengers, but we couldn't help but notice the stage is set for them to make their MCU debut. With Cassie Lang now a teen, she can suit up as a size-changing hero Stature, and Kate Bishop has also been one of their number. So it would not be hard to introduce the rest of the gang to get the full team up and running. The sequence of all the lady heroes banding together might be setting up the all-female Avengers team from the comics called A-Force. Valkyrie actress Tessa Thompson said in an interview that there have been talks with Kevin Feige about it, so it looks like it just might become a reality. Keep my fingers crossed for that one. While we didn't get any traditional end credit scenes, Marvel did include a distinct clanging sound at the very end along with the company logo. It's most likely the hammering of Tony Stark building his very first Iron Man armor in the cave all those years ago. Instead of setting up what's coming next, Marvel chose to pay tribute to the fallen Iron Man by reminding us that this all started with him and now his story is complete. Well, thanks for watching. For more on Marvel, check out our Avengers Endgame review and be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.